A dangerous fight between a monster and a witcher shown at the start of the movie in the middle of the forest. The monster was extremely powerful, and no one could compete with him. But when this monster makes the witcher furious, his magical abilities grow stronger. His eyes turn black, and after using his powers, he kills the monster and rides him into the city on his horse. In the city, a magician assigns him the task of killing a girl. The witcher denies killing her and tells him that his task is to kill monsters and save humans from the dangerous monsters. And he was getting paid for it. He informs him that while saving humans, now I can't kill them. The magician tells him that you're mistaken in thinking of her as an ordinary girl because she was born during a solar eclipse. Girls born at this time are extremely dangerous as they gain powers from dark worlds. They appear to everyone as normal humans, but killing humans in public isn't a big deal for them. The girl about whom the magician was speaking, he has spread such heinous rumors about her. The magician has tried to kill her lots of times. This girl now wishes to exact revenge on the magician by murdering him. She's also talked to the witcher about this task. Because Witcher is a bounty hunter, he kills anyone who takes money, but only monsters, not humans. The girl and the witcher spend some time together in the forest before the girl departs after deceiving the witcher. Witcher arrives in the city to continue her search. There, in order to blackmail the witcher into agreeing to her task, she places a knife on the neck of a boy. A fight begins between them to save this child. Witcher has many powers and is skilled at killing people. He is knocking people down with his sword and injuring others with it, and he throws a man after putting his sword in his neck. After killing everyone, he comes across the same girl who asked him to kill the magician. Finally, the girl dies in his hands while fighting. The magician who wanted to kill her through Witcher was overjoyed, but the Witcher himself does not want to do so. After he kills a human, people who already dislike the Witcher begin to criticize him. They are unaware that the Witcher has saved the life of an innocent boy while killing a dangerous girl. As a result, he moves forward quietly. In the following scene, there is a story about a princess who was raised by her grandparents after her parents died when she was a child. It's okay, she's lived a lavish life up to this point. Her happy life turns into a nightmare when Nilfgaards, her enemies, have attacked them. Sintra's kingdom was defeated due to their small army. The grandmother, who is the queen of this palace, she is hardly brought into the castle, and is about to die. She tells her to find the Witcher before she dies. He is your destination. What this means will be revealed later. The grandmother jumped out the window and ended her life. The princess, on the other hand, was also successful in fleeing, but her enemies witnessed her fleeing. They started to follow her, and now coming into the ground, the princess shows her internal powers. She yells loudly enough that the earth splits in two. The enemies were thus separated, and she was able to flee. The scene shifts to a young girl named Yennefer, who has a disease that causes her body to look strange. She is unable to walk properly and is thus useless to her family. Her father sells her to a wizard for less than the price of a pig. This brings her to a magical school where Yennefer has to learn magic. Because of her illness, she wasn't a good student, but the yearning of doing something was useful. No one has ever loved her, she was always considered inferior. Because of this, she has to do something. One day, she sees her master with her fellows in a secret place. That couldn't perform the magic well, so the master magician was throwing them into the water after making them elves. She tells Yennefer that they've not performed their task well. Now, their task is limited to increasing the school's power. She informs Yennefer that you have something that will propel you forward. You can give a lot to this world. Here, the Witcher meets a comic boy who likes adventures. There is nothing in his life but an adventure. So he has joined the Witcher, and it was also an adventure for him. Both of them meet a devil who throws the Witcher away with his attack. Witcher and his companion were captured by the elves. Humans have always done wrong with elves. Humans have killed many elves after capturing them, without knowing that these elves are protecting him from dangerous powers. They were killing the Witcher after considering him a human, but he says, I know that humans are so evil, they hate me, although I kill the monsters for their goodness. For this reason, they've freed him without harming him a lot. It means that they've not killed the Witcher. After knowing his many goodnesses, his friend decides to do something that humans begin to consider this nice Witcher a good one, not evil. He composes a song for this task and makes it viral. That is how he has saved humans after killing so many elves. The boy knows that humans don't like elves too, so a little lie can be spoken here. His plan works and humans begin to like him gradually. Now, the Witcher goes to a new place where a monster has teased humans a lot. A famous Witcher there was already fighting with him, but he failed. Now, the main character, the hero Witcher of this film, goes there. He wants to complete the task that the Witchers with him can't complete. He is introduced to the Witcher girl of this city, who will help him in this. The Witcher comes to know that the monster isn't any ordinary monster. The one who gives birth to the monster is the king's sister. That was because of a curse. A baby was about to be born to her just before she died, who has become a monster because of a curse. It discovers that baby was of the king and his sister. The king meets the Witcher and asks him to break its curse instead of ending the monster. Because of which she turned into a monster. The Witcher agrees, but says, I will charge a heavy amount for this. Now to end that girl's curse, the Witcher searches and discovers that then king's sister was liked by king's special servant. He didn't get her, that's why he cursed the king's sister, and the person who give this cursed, this can be broke with his help. Now the Witcher and his companion find the way to break the curse. Finally, he broke the monster's curse while fighting with the monster for a whole night. Now, Yennefer is shown and she has a friend in the school, the first human of her life, who loved her while forgetting all her faults. She tells him all the secrets, and she has also told him that there is an elf's blood in her. That means she is an elf as well as a human. She has this disease because of being an elf, and that boy also deceives Yennefer. He tells the truth about Yennefer to his teacher, where Yennefer has to be sent in a good kingdom as their royal wizard. But now, because she is half elf and the humans hate elves, so it was decided to send her to the evil kingdom. Obviously as a magician, and at this time, every kingdom has its own magician. Yennefer ended friendship with that boy because of being deceived. It is shown that she has become a complete sorceress. The benefit is that she can make herself as beautiful as she wants to. But to be beautiful she has to sacrifice that she can never be a mother. After all this, a lovely Yennefer is shown. As she comes to the party, she performs her magic on a king, and with it, the king chooses Yennefer as his kingdom's wizard. The scene cuts and the Witcher is shown, who has come to a kingdom's party. It is Kingdom of Cintra that we saw destroying at the start, but now it is shown in a well state. The grandmother is also looking young, and the mystery is there are few timelines in the Witcher's world. It is the timeline when grandmother's granddaughter wasn't born in the kingdom. Now it is the party scene again, and it is actually the party of princess's mother's engagement. Meanwhile, the friend of the princess's mother arrives who wants to marry her and asks to stop the engagement. But grandmother becomes furious because she can't see a man with a helmet ruin her daughter's engagement. The helmet of that man removes, and he is a hedgehog, and grandmother orders to end him as she sees him. Here, the Witcher enters to save him and tells everyone that he is a human and he is looking like this because of a curse. The surprising thing was grandmother's daughter also loves that hedgehog. The boy says, I saved the king once, and because of your law of surprise, I can ask for anything. I want to ask for your daughter, but hearing this, the grandmother was about to end him, but her daughter screams loudly. As her daughter screamed at the start of the season means grandmother's granddaughter and princess of the kingdom of Cintra. Everyone fall at a distance as she screamed, and the curse EOF the boy breaks when grandmother's daughter kisses him with love. He changes into a lovely boy from a hedgehog, and grandmother also agrees for their wedding. The boy whom the Witcher saved, he says, I am indebted to you, but right now, I have nothing to give you. Right after it, the scene of the timeline is shown when grandmother asks the princess to find out the Witcher. While running on the way she meets a boy who gives her his rat as food. The boy is an elf who takes her to a magical forest. Yennefer is shown moving to another kingdom as a royal wizard, but this wasn't as exciting as she was considering it. Meanwhile, the king brings a magical bug to end his dangerous wife. There was a good situation for Yennefer as she was getting a chance to use her magic. Here, she wasn't to save the queen's baby instead of saving her, but he also dies at the end of the fight. They all die with whom she was moving to the kingdom, and this job was over for her. Now what she could do? She starts her business in which she earns money from people for performing magic for them. The Witcher is shown with his companion, and they found a lamp while fishing. And the genie that comes out of the lamp attacks the Witcher's companion. He takes him to Yennefer for his treatment, and she treats the Witcher's companion. However, she wishes to imprison the genie who attacked him in order to complete her deficiency that she received in exchange for being attractive. Her life was at risk in all this. The Witcher gets a chance to fulfill his wishes and uses his wish to save Yennefer because he likes her. Many years passed, and the Witcher meets an old man who was asking him to participate in a competition. Firstly, he wasn't interested in this strange competition of ending the dragons. But when he sees Yennefer after years, and he was also in this competition, he agrees for the competition. Yennefer wants to take the dragon's heart while ending it, with which she can fulfill her deficiency of not to be a mom ever. But the Witcher says, "Come on, you are still thinking like kids," and during all this, they confess that they like each other. The next day, they made a team and moves for the competition to end the dragon. Their old companion, who thinks to know a shortcut to the dragon, takes them to a terrible mountain. He dies while falling from there. And the Witcher sees the dragon they have to end was dead before. Meanwhile, a golden dragon comes there while flying. It was none other than the old man, who was a male dragon in real. He created this drama to save its egg. Here, it assigns the task to save its egg to the Witcher, and Yennefer and Witcher fight with others for this. They do a magical kiss, due to which all the people magically fall far from there. And the dragon tells Yennefer that the things you heard that you can make yourself fine with the dragon heart are false. There is an argue between Yennefer and the Witcher, and they move by leaving each other. The scene cuts, and the scene of the start is shown where the princess was playing. The Witcher will get this girl because of the law of surprise. That's why grandmother asked the princess to go with the Witcher while finding him. The Witcher comes to the princess because of law of surprise. But grandmother doesn't let the Witcher meet the princess and imprisons him. Yennefer comes to the school from where she learnt magic. And the people are talking that there will be Nilfgaard's attack on the kingdom of Cintra. This is the same scene of the war from where the season started. All the magicians of this school don't want to help the kingdom of Cintra. But Yennefer's teacher, who taught her magic and brought her to this magical school, was ready to help the kingdom of Cintra. We learn that the Nilfgaardians were behind the princess, and she has some power as a result of which this war is taking place. The war starts and the kingdom of Cintra is losing. Meanwhile, the Witcher comes out of jail and wants to reach the princess while fighting with the people alone. After a while, the Nilfgaardians hold the princess, but she can't be caught so easily because of her powers. People were behind her. She screams loudly, so loud that the place set on fire and the earth starts shaking. Even with her one scream, everyone died. The Witcher, who was behind the princess, he sees monsters have attacked a man. He is a Witcher whose task is to end monsters, so it is his duty to help the old man, but that poisonous monster in this fight bites him, and to save him, the old man whom he was helping takes him to his home in his cart. Here he sees visions of his past when his mother left him alone to be a Witcher. Here, Yennefer, who actually doesn't like Nilfgaardians, that's why helping the kingdom of Cintra. And she has joined many other magicians. Each wizard has a power to fight with 50 people alone at a time. Now a fight between Nilfgaards and the good magicians is shown. The evil magicians of Nilfgaards have powers, and it was a tough time for all good heroes, because they were losing. Yennefer doesn't accept her defeat and takes fire from a burning castle and ends all her enemies. The princess, who have burnt all the people, gets faint after all this magic. A lady helps her and takes her home. The princess doesn't want to stay there and she escapes after coming back to her senses. Meanwhile, the man comes to the home with the Witcher where the princess was. Actually, the lady who left the princess and the man took the Witcher here was a couple. As his wife tells him about the princess whom she helped, that she has moved into the forest, and the Witcher moves to the forest after hearing them. Here, he finally finds the princess. That means both have got their destination, as the princess's grandmother said at the start of the season to find Witcher and he is your detonation. The princess sees a vision and she asks Witcher about Yennefer. She died because of magic. Finally, with the mystery that what is the relation of the Witcher with the princess, the season ends here.